Hey, you're watching Vinyl for Miles, your best resource for music and vinyl reviews. Today I'm covering a topic that's not necessarily music related. It has to do with productivity when you're working from home. I'm going to give you 5 tips that work for me personally and work for a lot of people within my company and other people working from home. So if you want to be more productive at home, stick around. All right, so obviously this country, this world is going through a drastic change right now, and people are being ordered to stay at home. So what does that mean for people who qualify to work from home? That means your entire day that you used to have in the office is now going to be centered in your home, with all the other distractions that it comes with, all the other things that you don't want to have in your typical workday that you get from home. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to be very productive and kind of block out those outside sources. All right, so the first tip I'm gonna give you guys is location. When working from home, in order to be productive, you need to choose a good location to work from. So not everybody has the option to have a home office like I do. So when it comes to choosing a location, try to find a location that is quiet, a location that's away from distractions. So don't work right in front of the TV, that's gonna do you no good. And choose a location where you can dedicate that zone to work while you're working from home. So for me, this is my home office, my studio where I record music, do all my videos. Just choose a spot, dedicate it, and let everyone else you live with know, this is my working environment, this is my workspace. Don't disturb me while I'm here. Obviously, you can't control things. Sometimes your kids or dogs or whatever are gonna get in the way. I have 2 kids. Luckily, we have ground rules that my wife knows. When I go into my office to work, I am working. So try not to distract me. So tip number 2 I'm gonna be giving you guys, use the right equipment to adapt to working from home. What is your job? Are you working in a call center? If you work in a call center, make sure that your home setup is equivalent to what you have in the office. If you don't, talk to your manager and ask if you can get a home setup that is somewhat similar to what you have in the office. Are you a web designer? Are you a graphic designer? Are you a product specialist? Are you a sales rep? Like what is your job? Just try to discuss any limitations within your job position that you may face when you're at home. So what I recommend is get the appropriate equipment to adapt to that. So for me or any other admin type employee who works, let's just say you have 70% of your job is online, that's great. You can conduct most of your work directly from home with your computer. So for me, the proper gear that I need that can work for a lot of people is I brought my laptop home. This is my work laptop. This is my personal PC that I use to edit these videos, that I record music on. That stays off during the day. I only turn on my work laptop, which I have connected to a larger screen. I have my webcam that I brought from work. I have my headset that I brought home from work. And when I'm working, if I'm in a meeting, I have all the proper gear I need to be productive. And then when the day's over, I can swap over to my PC. I have a little HDMI switch up here, and I can start recording music, or I can let my wife use the computer, or she can be productive on the other computer at night. So, and you can see here I have 2 keyboards, my work keyboard, my personal keyboard. So that's, tip number 2, get the correct equipment. And if your office or your job can make that equipment available, request it. Tip number 3, set a schedule and convey that schedule to your boss. That is one of the biggest issues I've had with working from home, is my timeline kind of gets blurred. The start of my day, the end of my day, where I used to wake up early, get into my car, have my morning commute, sit down at the office. I usually start at 6 a.m. sharp. So I'm like, okay, 6 a.m., start the 8-hour clock. Well, now you're at home. So you need to set a schedule. There's a few things. This is actually gonna be more than one tip. Set your schedule, convey it to your boss or your superior. Say, hey, I start at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to take a break around 10 o'clock. I'm taking my lunch from 11 to 11:45. Just convey what your boundaries are when you're working from home, so you still have a sense of home life and work life. For me, I have open communication with my boss. I let him know, hey, I'm taking an hour lunch today. 12 to 1, I'm gonna go outside and take a walk, or I'm gonna eat my lunch or spend time with my kids. And then after that hour is up, I sit right back down at my desk, continue work. So the good news for a lot of people is when you are working from home, you don't have that long commute. So there's one pro right there. You don't have to sit in traffic, especially if you're from California, Chicago, New York, wherever you're from. You're not gonna have to sit in that lousy traffic for an hour, 2 hours a day. It may suck that you're having to live your entire life in your home now for the next few months or however long this is gonna be. If you remain positive and look at the good aspects of things, hey, I can spend time with my family, or I can go outside whenever I want, or I can be done with my day and have all the amenities of my home. Just try to put yourself into a positive mindset and a positive frame when it comes to these things. Okay, so tip number 4, remain professional. We are working from home, but don't be lazy. This is not the opportunity to roll out of bed 2 minutes before a meeting, not take a shower, not brush your teeth, not eat food. Take care of yourself, okay? So yeah, you don't have the commute anymore, great. You should still wake up on time, you should still take a shower, you should still get ready, and you should be put together, well fed, have your coffee, be ready to go when the start of your day hits. This is an opportunity for many Americans to prove to their corporations that work from home can be a viable option. So view it as that. Turn on your webcam as much as you can. Let people see how well put together you are. Let people see that, wow, he is ready for his day. He is taking work from home seriously. Prove to the company that this is an option whenever necessary, that you can work from home and it can be just as productive as being in the office. Another thing too, remain in constant communication with your superiors if you can. I'm not saying keep your phone on 24/7, but during the workday, adapt new techniques to stay in touch, such as Skype. You can use Slack, which is what my company uses and what I use personally. It's great for developers if you guys want to share code, share files. There's even GIFs. If you want to lighten the day, you can share GIFs on there. Remain as professional as possible. Let your boss and your superiors know that you are working. Have that open line of communication with them. And again, as we mentioned earlier, when you set up your schedule and set up your boundaries, don't abuse them. So if your day is over at 4 p.m., let your boss know, I'm logging off of Instant Messenger, I'm logging off of email, I'm logging off of everything. My day's over. If there's an emergency, maybe text me. So my final tip I'm gonna give you guys, I'm only giving you 5 right now, I may have more, who knows. It goes side by side with the very first suggestion where I said, select a good spot to work, select the room to work in, dedicate that area that's away from distractions like your kids or other people or TV, stuff like that. But the final tip I'm gonna give you is reduce distractions, period. Do not be distracted while you're working. It can kill productivity. When you're at your home, you don't have coworkers sitting next to you. If you work in a cube farm, there's 15 less people looking at your computer screen. People aren't keeping an eye on what you're doing. Hold yourself accountable. Be productive. Take it seriously. Put your phone on silent if you have to. Try to reduce social networking during the day. Set a limit. Say, hey, I'm not gonna go on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube from 8 a.m. until my lunch. And then from my lunch, I could spend an hour and then I'm back at work, turn it off. If your job gives you the liberty, or if you work in social networking, obviously don't do that. But it goes hand in hand with everything. You know, if you're on your computer, don't load up a video game when no one's looking and start playing your game for an hour. Keep it very, very focused. And the other distractions that are hidden distractions, or distractions that you wouldn't necessarily think of, is a messy workspace. Keep your workspace clean. I have a lot of stuff on my desk, but everything has a place, right? My keyboards go here, my mouse is here, my hard drives are there, you have your speakers. Over on this side, I don't know if you can see here, this is my cup holder for my coffee. So during the day, hey, this is designated for my coffee. Right here, I have a desk lamp, and it also doubles as my charging area. So I know, hey, if I need to charge my headphones, my headset, my phone, I can use the USBs that are attached to this lamp to do so. I have a spot for my Kleenex. If I'm doing any kind of video conferencing and I need a mic, I have my mic set up here. And a good thing about my mic setup is I don't want this distraction. I can actually push it way up here and out of the way, and that mic's not in my face. Keep your cables wrapped up and in a position where if you need to charge something, you can just pull the cable out. Like I have here, I have 2 cables, but I have them wrapped up nice and tidy. That way they're not all over the place, distracting my workspace. Another thing too is papers. Papers can be all over the place and cause distractions. So if you want to have a clean, focused mindset when you're working, make sure your work environment is clean and focused. Everything has a purpose. Same thing with your day. Every action you take while you're working from home should have a purpose. That aside, keeping distractions out of the way, setting ground rules in your home, being productive, still have fun, still call your coworkers and maybe have a social hour, talk about what's going on in the world. Have 15-20 minutes where you guys do a web conference and you can just put work aside for a little while and just try to have some sort of socialization. It can be very isolating working from home without your coworkers. Another great thing that kind of keeps that human interaction is turning on your webcam. If you have a conference call, just turn on your webcam. Let people see you, see your other coworkers. Try to have that human interaction throughout your day. A lot of people just turn off their webcam because they're like, I don't want people looking at my face. They feel embarrassed. Remain positive, turn on the webcam, let people see you. If you follow the steps earlier and you got up, you took a shower, you brushed your teeth, you look good for the day as you would for any other work day, you should have no issue turning on your webcam. So I hope that these tips were helpful to you guys. It comes from personal experience. So I know I can't wait to get back in the office once all of this home lockdown stuff is over. But in the meantime, follow these tips and hopefully you guys have a productive day. So if you like my channel, you like my content, this is a one-off video given the circumstances, but I typically review headphones, vinyl records, music, audio gear, speakers, you name it. Yeah, and I'm Michael. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead, give me a subscribe, give me a like. Leave some comments below. What are some distractions that you face on a day-to-day basis working from home? Or if you're out of work, we're here for you. If you need anything, leave me a comment and hopefully we can kick off some conversations. All right, guys, have a great one. Until next time.